So about 4 years ago, when my puppy died, she actually wasn't a puppy, she was 8 or 9. I tried to stay in the forest, running and staying healthy. Life has a way of allowing me to let it encroach. And I got out of the habit of getting into the forest once a day or every couple days. And what I noticed is through the course of menopause and other life changes, moving a little further away from the forest where I would run, I got out of the habit. Working schedule, traveling schedule, all of that impacted my commitment. I allowed it to. So this is my second day in the forest, and as I ran yesterday, I could feel this energy just moving through my body that allowed me to laugh yesterday. I just laughed. And who knows, maybe today I'll laugh again, or maybe I'll be crying, because when energy frees up in the body, it moves, it wants to move. And I had this incredible dream last night where I felt the virus moving into the brainwave states for me, the thinking mind. And I had this epiphany that, this virus is not purely physical, but it's actually seeping into every moment of our life if we let it. So we basically have a choice to rest in, or to kind of sit in how it was just, 2 weeks ago, or what it might be like in 3 or 4 weeks, or even next week. Or we can actually just be here now, like literally here now in the forest. And I know you're laughing, going, well, you're in the forest right now, and how here and now are you? And actually, it's in the forest that the clearest thinking happens for me. As I mentioned, the prana is moving through me, so these insights come loud and clear. And I often feel like I want to record them or mark them in some way, because when I go back into the car and start moving in the home direction, those clear thoughts, they kind of dissolve. They fall away, and I actually can't capture them. I can't remember what they were. So this is a way of recording them here and now. And what I recognize is that show the mind what you want it to be familiar with. Show the mind what you want it to be familiar with. Show the mind what you want it to be familiar with. If you want it to be familiar with COVID, go for it, because it will be very prominent in your attention. If you want it to be attentive to being in the forest, to walking your dog, to being in nature, smelling the trees, listening to the owls, any of that, then that's where you put your attention. Because remember, energy follows attention. So we're actually meditating all the time. And right now, we're all meditating on what's happening globally in the world. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, notice how it begins to seep into every single thought. And then there is that focusing on one thing over a period of time is a meditation. And so if you don't want that to be your focus, you have to turn your attention to something else. And being here and now, the greenery, the light coming through the trees, the sound of the creek in the distance, even my fingers shaking while I'm holding this phone and talking with you. You're the creator, and what you create is your manifestation. This might just be my movie where all this is happening. It might be your movie where all this is happening. What do you want to create? And the last piece I'll leave with you is, can you remain open under more conditions? Under more conditions. That's what's happening. We have lots of conditions right now. Can you remain open in your heart center under more conditions, with less conditions, less preferences, less wanting it to be a certain way, less wanting to manage or control? Can you be open under more conditions with less conditions? Not way open, just like a little bit, right? Just a little bit. So that's my invitation to you. To be open under more conditions with less conditions, and also be here now. Show the mind what you want it to be familiar with. Breathe. Simply breathe. Keep breathing. Stay present. With love, I'm Jai Bhagwan from the forest.